Hi, it's Jane with SewScraptastic, and I thought I would show you what we're going to make today. We are going to make some little grippers. Now, as you can see, I haven't sewn this one, finished it yet, because you'll need to tuck in this, and then seam it, and then do a couple of lines of stitching here in the middle so it'll help hold the center down. But I thought I would show you what you're going to need. For this project, you're going to need some fabric scraps. The square sizes I chose were 6 inches by 6 inches. Why? Because I have this lovely ruler that is 6 inches, and it's just easier to cut 6 inches by 6 inches. Now, you're going to need some gripper fabric, and your gripper fabric is actually going to be shelf liner. Now this shelf liner is a little thicker, and I got this at Dollar General. I think got a big roll for like $5. Of course, this comes in many colors at the Dollar Tree, and it works fine as well. As you can see, I have a couple I need to finish cutting. That'll go for some more of these. And it's just a real simple project. It's a really easy project. So let's get to it. Alright, you know you need some shelf liner. And this is the non-slip. This is the one I get at the Dollar Tree. So you're just going to open that package up. And I will tell you the easiest way to cut this is to double it. Now I am doubling it off camera. And there really is no need to be concerned about whether you're getting straight lines on your grid or not. I've got that laid down there. And I get it as close as possible. Good thing is it's sticky on itself, so it's good and sticky, so it sticks. Alright, basically what we're going to do is we are just going to take the ruler, flip that over since I'm right-handed. Generally what I do is I just take my ruler, I place it down, and just do some cutting. And you'll cut as many of these strips as you need. Real simple. And then you're going to turn them sideways and cut them into approximately 6-inch blocks. You will notice that's close enough. Like I said, there is no precision with the shelf liner that you need, because it will all work out when you get to sewing it, because that's where you actually make your progress. Alright, I'm going to cut some more of these and then we'll get to the sewing part. Okay, now first of all, for these you're going to need your square, whatever your square is. You're going to put pretty side up, place one piece of your shelf liner on your piece there. Then you will lay them together. And I wouldn't suggest using pins for this. Really don't need to. Then what you need to do is you need to sew around the edges here. you want to leave an opening so that you can turn it. And we'll do that in just a second. But I wanted to show you, you're going to have pieces like this left over that you can either make smaller grippers with, or I took 2 pieces of scraps, and I am actually, this is a little bit longer, but I'm going to lay it there. And you could actually do a little longer strip. Basically do the same thing, sew around the edges, leave an opening for turning, or you could actually join them. Leave your opening here so that you can actually put this end here so that you can stick it on the top of a Coke bottle or your Pepsi, or little openings like that to open little tops that way. Now I would need a strip longer than this for that, but you get the idea, right? Maybe I should use one of my longer strips, like maybe this one. And sew it. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. Alright, let's get to the sewing part. I hope that you can see this. It's fairly simple sewing. You can use a 1/4 inch, you can use 1/2 inch. We're just going to sew around all 4 sides and leave an opening. And I don't think I got my gripper in that bottom part. It will shift on you. You could flip it if you so chose. Yep, I didn't get that bottom piece in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move in another 1/8 of an inch. And catch it in there. And then we'll sew this little piece. Now, like I said, you can trim. You don't want to cut through your stitching. Just want to trim the corners a little bit. And seeing as I added a seam there, I'm going to cut away right on that seam line. And there we go. We have all 4 cut. Now here's something else I'm going to show you that I do with these. Here is my opening. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring that piece down, and I am going to finger press this really well. I wouldn't suggest taking it to an iron because, got that rubber piece in there. But you can finger press it. And I am going to trim these corners up too. And here I'm just going to trim a little so it gives a little more space. And then you are going to reach in and you are going to flip it out. Now this one's going to be a little more difficult just because. But you can see how easy it's going. And you can use a pencil, you can use a knitting needle, end of your scissors, whatever you want. I'm sure a lot of you that sew have these nice little corner turners, presser outs. I don't even know what you call the tool. Isn't that funny? And there you have your strip. You could actually fold in your ends, do a little finger press. You could sew it just like this, or you could hook it in the round. I've done this before. Actually, if you put the fabric down, it's a little easier. You can sew with that rubberized side, but I will tell you, it catches, and you actually have to lift up on your piece when you're sewing. And when we turn the larger one, I'll show you. But you could simply sew it together. I don't have a water bottle here. Trim your threads. And now you have a nice little gripper that you can actually slip over the cap of a bottle and open it up. Now let's get this one turned. You're going to see with the shelf liner from the Dollar Tree, it goes much faster for turning. This one is a little harder because it is a thicker shelf liner. And if you were wanting to crochet around these to make gifts, you could do that. Just cut your squares, crochet around in the big holes, and that would make a nice little gift for someone. These make great teacher's gifts. If you are crocheting knitting kitchen sets, this could be a great little addition to that if you sew also. Now I've got my corners pressed out, and there where I folded in, we're going to fold it in on itself again. And yes, like I said, you can sew it closed with that down, but I'm going to show you a trick. If you will lift up on this, it will go right through your machine. Then you just need to trim your threads. And you could let it go this way, just like it is. But you see it kind of comes apart here in the center. So generally what I do, since this is for the church, I'm actually just going to sew across this way. And then right across this way. Gonna trim my threads. And there you have it, finished item. And what I sewed was just a little bitty cross. This is because these are gifts for the church members. Just a yearly thing we do. Give them a little something, calendar or something like that. This year we're going to give them these nice little gripper pads. Alright guys, that's it. Real quick and simple. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll get a little more light the next time. It's a little cloudy outside, so light was a little difficult today for me. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Real easy. Alright, see you guys soon. Bye.